Ladies and gents, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to your Week 10 recap and your Week 11 preview. It is your commissioner coming to you live from the Bears Den as always. Let's jump right into it now. We got a lot to get to, so let's start it off with our Week 10 recap. We're going to start it as we always do with our highest scoring team of the week. That is actually Team Reynolds with 153 points, taking down TJ's 104. Reynolds had a couple nice days. The Swift kid on the Lions. Watson only got him 16 points, not great. Mike Evans got him 16 points, but pretty consistent throughout his whole team there. Over on TJ's side, barely broke 100 points. Tannehill only got him 12. His running backs really disappointing, got him 0.2 and 2.2 respectively. So really kind of a crappy day for TJ's team there. Nice win for Reynolds though, leads all scores, moves to 7-3. More on that later, but Reynolds just keeps on winning somehow, so good for him. Next up, we have Ryan's 152 taking down Big Brother Dan's 91. Ryan had a huge day from Alvin Kamara, got him 31 points. Joey Burrow got him 15. Dalvin Cook got him 12. So decent day there from Ryan. He's the points leader right now as we sit. All right, he's got more points than anybody else in the league. But is his team actually that good? I can't really tell yet. He sits at 6-4. I don't know. I don't know what to make of him. He's usually pretty good at choking, so we'll see how that happens. Over on Dan's side, only 91 points, didn't break 100. Kind of a pitiful day all around. I think he had 3 guys in double digits. Derek Carr got him 7. Homer only got him 6.88. Ballage got him 12. It's one of the guys in double digits. Hollywood Brown only got him 2.6. So kind of a rough day for Dan's team there. 91 points. I still think he's in the hunt, and more on that later. Next up, we had Patrick's 150 points, taking down Connor's 117. Both these teams moved to 6-4 with that outcome. Pat had huge days from his quarterback, Kyler Murray. Had pretty big days from the 2 Steelers wide receivers he has on his team. Claypool Johnson got him 19 points, 23 points respectively. Kenny Drake got him 12 points. So nice day from Pat there. Pat's got a real shot at this thing, I think, this year with the moves he's made at the trade deadline. So keep an eye on that. Over on Connor's side, Connor sold a bunch at the deadline, but somehow he's still kind of in it. He's still at 6-4. I think he's like 5th in the league right now. So he's not going to be bad. I don't think he's going to win this whole thing. I think he gave away too many pieces. But he's going to be pretty good, and he's going to be pretty well set up for next year as well. So keep an eye on Coils. Both those teams sitting at 6-4. Moving on now to Walter's 147, taking down Jack's 117. Really disappointing day from Jack. Really, Tom Brady got him 40 points, and that's it. Nobody else really did anything. Aaron Jones got 11. Keenan Allen got 11, but he had a bunch of 6s, 4s, 3s, 5s. So, like, rough day from Jack, only getting 170 points and losing to Walter. Walter had a decent day from kind of everybody, right? Kind of middle of the road from everybody. Stafford got him 29 points. Wayne Gallman got him 18. McKissick got him 14. Myers got him 15. So, like, middle of the road day for Walt. I think he's going to kind of blow this in the last 3 weeks. But right now, as it sits, he's actually in the playoffs over Jack because of this win that we're looking at on your screen right now. So this win puts Walter ahead of Jack in both straight up standings, right? Walter's got one more win than him, as well as tiebreakers. So this one could be a big issue for Jack down the stretch. Moving on now to Johnny's 145, taking down your commissioner's 111. Nice day from Johnny. Drew Lock only got him 7, but he got pretty good days from guys like Antonio Gibson, got him 20. Miles Sanders got him 12. DJ Moore got him 17. So, like, he had a nice day down the line, right? Despite the fact that Drew Lock kind of stunk. Over on your commissioner's side, 111 points, my lowest of the season so far. Rodgers got me 32. Derrick Henry got me 14. That was pretty much it. Everybody, including Russ, kind of struggled last week. So I'm happy to get that 111 out of the way now and kind of be able to move forward and say I had my bad game already and I'm good to go. Finally, we had Cole 137 taking down Jensen's 99. Jensen has just plummeted the last couple weeks, I feel like. But Cole's had a pretty good day from a bunch of guys, actually. 13 points from Golf, not great, but enough to get the job done. The Robinson kid out of Jacksonville got him 15. Josh Jacobs got him 30. Stephon Diggs got him 20 on that nice touchdown at the end of the game there. Nuke got him 25. So Cole seems actually pretty good here. He underperformed. He was predicted at 152. He finished at 137, but still a decent day. Enough to beat Jensen, who's really floundering the last, 3 weeks or so. Only 99 points. He had to start Alex Smith at quarterback. That was the only quarterback he started. He had 3 more quarterbacks on his bench, 2 of which were injured or out, whatever. So he had to start Alex Smith, who's basically half a quarterback at this point anyway. Only got him 19. got him 12. Juju got him 18. His 2 running backs only got him 8 points combined. So it was really an ugly day for Jensen's team. He needs to kind of bounce back here a little bit because he's gone from a guy who was potentially the best team in the league, maybe number 2, and now he's like almost not in the playoffs anymore. He's a game up. He's a game in the playoffs. So this one could get kind of close for him as he goes through the last 3 weeks. All right. With that being said, though, let's get to everybody's favorite segment of the week. It is your Week 10 Power Rankings, all right? Haven't done these in, I don't know, 3 or 4 weeks, so let's take a look at them here. Ryan McCowan takes over the number 1 spot, jumps up from number 3 to number 1. 6-4, he is the points for leader so far in the league. But, Ryan, I think we all know, the higher you go, buddy, the harder you come crashing down on this one. So look out for that choke in the next couple weeks from Ryan. Number 2 is your commish. Really kind of solidified his spot from the beginning of the season on. The 1 or 2 spot here in the power ranks. His team's just good. Tough L this week to Johnny, but I'm glad I got my shit game out of the way as we move into the playoff rush. Number 3 is Patrick. Pat's gone all in, obviously, at the trade deadline. He moves up 1 spot. Up 2 spots is Reynolds. And I know we're all thinking Reynolds is 7-3. He's like second in points against, like second to last in points against, right? So nobody scores points on him. He's like third to last in points for. He scores hardly any points. But you know what? A win is a win is a win. He's 7-3, and you are what your record says you are. So, Reynolds, I see you, buddy. I see what your team's doing. I see that you just keep winning week in, week out. So, I don't think your team's very good, but I think they're going to make a run here in the playoffs. Call me crazy. I don't know why. Number 5, kind of sitting pat there, is Coyle. Already sold out for next year, sold a ton of pieces, but he gets Devontae Adams back to full health in the last 2 weeks or so. His team looks pretty good. I don't think he's got a real shot at winning this thing, but I think he's kind of in the hunt a little bit. I think he's going to be one of those teams that you don't want to play in the playoffs. So Coyle sitting at 6-4, stays at the number 5 spot. Jensen drops 5 spots since our last rankings from number 1 to number 6. He now sits at 5-5. He's the loser of 3 straight since the last time we did ranks. All right. His team could be really good any week, could also be really terrible any week. We don't know which Jensen's going to show up. Kind of like Jekyll and Hyde. I honestly don't even know if he's going to make the playoffs at this point, so we'll see what happens there. Number 7 is going to be Cole, moves up 3 spots to 6-4. He is last in points against, so even though he's 6-4, people just don't seem to score points against Cole. So get lucky there. Number 8 is Jack, sitting at 4-6. We talked about that game last week between Walter and Jack. Jack, if the season ended today, and we'll get to this later, Jack would be out of the playoffs. That's it. That's all I'm going to say. All right. Finally, our 4 bottom there. Number 9, Walter, sitting at 5-5. He would be in the playoffs if the playoff season ended today. I don't think he's going to make the playoffs. I think while he could overtake Jack, I think McCallan's coming for his ass. I think TJ's coming for his ass. I think that he's going to be in the lottery this year. You know what I mean? I don't know what's holding him back. Something. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. Number 10, we got TJ, moves up 1 spot. Actually looked pretty okay there for a couple weeks. I know he lost this week. I think he wins this week as well against Jensen. But his team doesn't look as terrible as they used to, so be on the lookout for that. Number 11 is McCallan's in at 3-7. He drops 2 spots since the last time we did a ranks. I think Danny makes the playoffs. Call me crazy. I'm looking at the tie breaks. I'm looking at who everybody's playing. I think Danny makes the playoffs. I don't know. And finally, in last there, sitting at 2-8 with only 1,300 points on the season, is Johnny, still mathematically alive. So you got. With that all being said, let's take a look at our calculated playoff odds. All right. These are all based on teams' history of scores this year. It runs like 10,000 Monte Carlo simulations, all that bullshit. All right, so it gives you your projected position in the playoffs as well. So it says like I'm probably going to be a 1st seed. It says that Ryan's probably going to be a 2nd seed all the way on the line, right? So based on these projections here, this is putting Danny at a. I was doing the math myself in my head. It's right here. Danny's got a 1.8% chance to make the playoffs. TJ's got a 19.3. Walter's got a 47.25. I don't know about that one. Comes down to that tie break. Jack lost this week to Walter, so we'll see how it kind of plays out in the end. All right. Finally, let's get into our Week 11 preview. We start off, as we always do, with our highest spreads of the week in terms of what Sleeper deems as percent chance of winning. That's going to be Ryan taking on Walter. Ryan's projected 106 to Walter's 125. I think Ryan has a huge day from Joey Burrow, Alvin Kamara. Considering Drew Brees is dead, he's going to have a pretty good game and going to be relied on a lot. Obviously, Dalvin Cook just does whatever the fuck he wants. So Ryan's going to win big in this one. Nobody's surprised there, I don't think. Next up, we have Jensen, who Sleeper says is an 84% chance to win, taking on TJ, 136 to 114. This one's going to be a low-scoring game. Jensen's again starting Alex Smith at quarterback. He luckily is able to put in a second quarterback, Mahomes, this week, so this one should be good. It's kind of going to come down to, I think, for TJ, if Teddy Bridgewater plays or not. I think I saw a couple alerts come through on that already, but I haven't seen them. I haven't actually read them, so we'll kind of leave you in suspense there. We'll see what happens. But we'll see. Next up, we have kind of a shocking one here. Your commission, Jack, with Jack has an 81% chance to win, 159 to 137. A little stunner here from Sleeper, all right? I didn't get as many points from Russ on Thursday night as I probably would have liked. He only gave me 22 points. Probably need more from him, but I think Rodgers is going to have a big day today. I think Derrick Henry's going to have a huge day today against the Ravens. Over on Jack's side, Tommy Brady's going to, I think, feast against the Rams. That's going to be like a shootout, right? Keenan Allen's going to have a good day against the Jets. Michael Thomas probably might struggle a little bit with Taysom Hill throwing the football. I don't know. We'll see how that kind of plays out. So this one, I think, is going to be a better game than they give him credit for. Okay. Next up, we have Troy, 79% chance, taking on Cole, 21% chance, projected 152 to 133. Pat, 24 points from Kyler Murray on Thursday night, probably wanted a little more there. Cole, only 7.6 points from Nuke Hopkins, definitely wanted a little bit more there. This one's going to be a pretty good game again, I believe. I wouldn't be surprised if we see this one again in 3 weeks in the first round of the playoffs, so keep an eye on that. Then we have Johnny Sokol at 2-8 is a 76% chance favorite, taking on Reynolds at 7-3. Johnny's 155 to Reynolds 139. I just can't see this one going this way. We'll look at what my projections are in a second. But Johnny, his team's just not great, and Reynolds just finds ways to win. So I think I'll take Reynolds in this one, but I'll look at my math in a little bit. Talk about that one, talk about that one, talk about that one, talk about that one. Oh, finally, it's our game of the week here. It is McAllen at a 56% chance, taking on Connor at a 44% chance, 139 to 136. It's our game of the week here, folks. Danny needs this one to really stay alive, right? Connor, he can lose this one, he could drop it, he'll be fine regardless. He's pretty much set in the playoffs at this point. Danny needs a huge day from Cam, honestly, which he could get because the Texans are terrible. I think this one's going to be a really good game. Danny needs this one to win to keep moving on in the playoffs. We'll see what kind of happens there. Everybody have fun out there. Good luck in your bets. All right. Good luck in the YOLO fish. And let's have a fucking week, boys. Let's fucking go. That's all for now. Peace.